Disclaimer. The comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. Well, another day. Another Tesla vandal, huh? Hello and welcome to another video. You already know what it is. Let's just get right into it. Don't forget that like now.
Protest. Where does that protest go? It gets bigger, it gets bigger, it gets bigger, until what do you have?
Bigger
Revolution.
protest.
A bigger protest and revolution.
You already have people
right?
blowing up
So
Teslas.
Yeah, there's a lot of violence going on from Democrats.
For somebody who
A lot of
drives
violence
a
going on from
Tesla,
Democrats right
it's
now.
kinda scary out there.
no, it's not Democrats. You're pretty quick to label that. I see
Republicans attacking
I
Teslas?
wouldn't be surprised. You just can't make statements like that blindly. Sorry. I'm sure there are
Republicans that are anti-Trump and
I'm sure
Elon Musk.
I'm sure you can't just make it a statement and therefore it's true. You can't say, well, Teslas are being attacked by Democrats only. There's no fact. There's no truth to that.
I think it's pretty obvious that that's the case right now.
No, I think it's obvious that people are losing their jobs. People are just losing their jobs because you've got some guy by the name of Musk and they're doing Trump's work.
Yeah. Should the federal government should downsize?
Absolutely. We should have a nice, tight audit over where we spend our tax dollars.
Isn't that happening right now?
No, it's not.
It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely not Democrats.
Seeing a lot of signs that say deport Musk. I guess I didn't know this was going to be a crowd that's so in favor of deportations. I think I can without a doubt say this is probably the most vaccinated crowd I have ever been in. Now everyone's kind of sitting around, there's some music going and some speeches and a lot of joints being smoked, and it kind of feels like we're at a really gay Coachella. I gotta be honest with you guys, as a 29-year-old single guy, I'm looking around and not seeing much talent. Are the Democrats hungry today?
No. I don't know. No,
What?
sorry.
Well, what do you think of the speeches being delivered today?
Pues. Sorry.
It's okay, God bless you. Now, I was just advised by a man named Ted that I should acknowledge the stolen land we're currently documenting on, and Ted was here in attendance with his wife and his wife's boyfriend.
Liberals have no standard. Their goalpost is loved by feelings.
What do you do for work? Are you retired?
I'm retired now. Yeah, I think most of the people here are retired, and I'd like to see a lot more young people out.
What do you think about Elon Musk giving Starlink to Ukraine
Giving Starlink to Ukraine.
so they can have access to internet?
Well, I don't think he would ever do that.
No, he did.
Oh, he did? When did he do that?
A couple years back, once the war broke out.
Are they still able to use it?
Yes.
Oh, well, I think that's a good thing. I'm surprised it hasn't been taken back.
Look at that. We're finding good common ground for everyone today. So would you be willing to thank Elon Musk today?
That's an iffy. No, I don't think so.
Despite him giving internet access to Ukraine?
No. He needs to get out of our government. We didn't elect him. He needs to go.
What do you think of Dr. Fauci?
I love Dr. Fauci.
Do you think we elected him?
He was appointed by our president, so I think all he did was speed up the vaccination. I'm a registered nurse, so I really believe in vaccinations. And
How many vaccines have you had?
of COVID, I've had about 5 now, and I'm going to get my next one next week. So, and I haven't gotten sick. I've been very careful, very clean, and I haven't gotten sick.
No mask on today.
No, I'm outdoors. I usually don't wear one outdoors.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but I do indoors still when I go to public places. But, vaccines get a bad rap, but they're not 100%.
Are you worried about RFK?
Definitely.
I think her logic retired too.
What do you think of Luigi?
Well, I feel sorry for him. Of course,
But not the guy who died?
I feel less sorry for him, that's for sure, because these people know what they're doing. They know how difficult they're making.
I mean, you sound like a successful guy. You said venture capital, you're retired.
Capitalism. I'm living off of investment income. But you can't let capitalism just run out of control.
Do you live in Santa Monica?
I do.
It's a pretty wealthy area.
It is, and I'm poverty level compared to the demographics in Santa Monica.
What do you think is poverty level for Santa Monica?
I think it must be, something like 70,000, 100, whatever, or something like that. I once looked up, I thought I might be in the 1% for net worth, and I looked it up with AI, and the net worth for the 1% is, the cutoff line is 17 million. I don't quite make that.
Just a couple mil short?
Several million, yeah.
Why hasn't he donated his insufficient millions then? Did she step away to confirm how to spell the four-letter word Nazi?
Green Toyota Tundra pickup truck that you walked up to. You don't remember what you did? What did you do to it?
I scratched it.
Why? Was it the bumper sticker? And she's got a sticker that says, "Let's go Brandon" or something.
Yeah, I guess it infuriated me.
That's the only reason you did it? You don't know who owns the truck or anything?
Yeah, that's the only reason I did it.
Was it a key?
No, it's my key fob. Yeah.
Do you know which key you used?
No, I have no idea.
I'm guessing you know it's expensive to repaint a truck.
Gonna have to repaint the truck.
Did you?
Stupid, idiotic, and I am gonna get the truck. Get up, okay, get the fucking much up.
And you should.
Yeah.
But
I made a stupid mistake.
Mr. Brothers, here's the unfortunate news. She wants to press charges, so I have to take you to jail, sir. So I need you to turn around. When you damage someone's property over $1,000, it's a felony.
And Kevin Connell 3. Where are you on here?
For a felony criminal mischief.
That's a felony?
It's about $6,000 to repaint the truck. He has to go to jail, and tomorrow morning he'll have first appearance in front of a judge.
Kathy, stupid.
Don't.
So we are just keying every car with MAGA bumper stickers too? Good to know there's no discrimination. Congratulations, Toyota. A Trump supporter drives through a peaceful protest and sprays the crowd with diesel smoke. Actually, you guys blocked him, and when you finally eased off, he sped off. And the Proud Boys are the greatest threat to Americans right now.
Our Congress allocates our money. We elect them to do that. They do it in public, and that is what the law is. It doesn't say in our Constitution, if you don't like the spending, then the richest man in the world gets to take over your money.
Do you think it's weird how all of our politicians are millionaires off of working for us?
So you want the billionaires running it?
I do want a billionaire.
You want the billionaires running our country?
He's not
They have
running
your
our
interests.
country.
Are you a billionaire?
Elon Musk has done nothing but break the law.
Do you think someone is breaking the laws by figuring out where all of our money in America is going? Why we are
with
going
a
broke?
chainsaw?
He's not.
You're ridiculous.
Like, ma'am, you know, look at it. He's not trying to save money. He won't save any money at all.
Elon Musk is not legally appointed to take Congress's money. It's Congress's money.
Taking anybody's money.
Elon Musk gave 2 Nazi salutes at a rally and then made Hitler jokes about it on Twitter. Believes that white people are not having enough babies. Why is he worried about how many babies white people are having?
We should have babies.
Why does he believe it's a problem?
Wait, what money did he take? I thought they were just auditing and figuring out where taxpayer money had been going.
Throwing a Molotov cocktail at a Tesla, burning the battery hurts the environment.
I don't think that has done that much damage to the environment compared to what the Trump administration is doing to the environment. That is minuscule.
What do you think is the worst thing Elon Musk and his Doge team has done so far?
We don't really know what they've done in there, so I think that that's very dangerous that they're, using their technological, all the technical stuff that they're doing computerized with computers and with the agencies.
We all know how dangerous computerized computers are. It is unacceptable.
Vote for Elon Musk. I didn't vote for Trump, but I certainly didn't see Elon Musk's name on there.
I didn't vote for any of these bureaucrats in the government. How do you feel about Dr. Fauci?
I love Dr. Fauci.
Did you vote for him?
I didn't vote for him,
Or
but
was he appointed?
actually, yes, he was appointed, but after a career in and being an expert in that field, he worked his way up.
Well, Trump and Elon Musk are some of the most successful businessmen in this country.
Is Elon Musk appointed? Is he really appointed?
Fauci, yeah, he was by Trump. Yeah.
Okay, so do they? Are they having to be scrutinized the way any other American government employee would be, like with drug testing?
His boss is the president.
People say we want to run the country like a business.
Yeah.
Well, you wouldn't go into a business and cut things and not care about how it affects the customer.
Well, I think what you would do is, and Elon Musk, I think he is doing this right now, he's running the government kind of like he runs one of his businesses, which are very successful. He's going in and he's saying, where are people not doing an important role, and then he's firing them.
Elon was also appointed though. You guys are against him because you think he's a traitor. Let's just be honest. Well, now you're in trouble and debt.
My Cybertruck was attacked by an Elon Musk hater in broad daylight.
Wow.
Cheers. Hey! Who the f up? You guys are piece of dude. That's my car. Yeah. Friend's problem. You guys are idiots.
So get this. These guys park right behind my truck, attack it, and leave. But that's so dumb because everyone knows the Tesla records everything. And not to mention, I was literally standing 15 feet away from my truck. Who would do this? What a dumbo. So I immediately assessed the damage, called 911, and secretly followed them to the place they were going.
White dude, pink hair. 40?
So it took about 10 minutes for the cops to arrive. They questioned me, so I showed them the videos.
Got to be an Elon Musk violation or something.
It is, yeah.
And they asked, do you know where he went? I said, yes. He and his friends went to the movie theater.
Got 5-0 out here. The boys went into the movie theater.
So we're gonna see what happens. Turns out they were watching Death of a Unicorn, so the cops went in, paused the entire movie, and told the guy, you need to come with us.
Not so funny now, is it, big man?
The police asked if I wanted to press charges, and I said absolutely. This is going to be a few $1,000s in damages for sure. And plus, Elon Musk haters need to be taught a lesson.
Look at these guys. They're the friends chilling there, waiting. I don't know why.
Most people get away with vandalism, but not this guy. We got him. Thanks, Elon.
Oh, wow. What's up, bro?
I'm sure his boyfriends would happily pitch in for him.
Service.
Free service. How about you pay for the repairs?
Write a check. You just bought a Tesla.
I can wipe it off
No,
with a towel.
no,
It's not
no.
heat.
It is a
It was
hate crime,
it was
sir.
A crayon.
It is a hate crime.
Listen,
Did you write a swastika on there?
I'm sorry you're upset.
Did you write a swastika?
It didn't even work. Apparently it doesn't
Did you
work.
write a
The crayons
swastika
don't
on
work.
the? It's a key, sir. We see it on the video.
It's not a key.
Did you? Is it a swastika?
I was probably putting my keys in my pocket.
Is it a swastika?
Have you looked at your car?
Is it a
swastika? Is there a key mark?
Yes. Is it
It's
a
not-
swastika?
that's impossible.
It's at the police right now. It's being fingerprinted.
What do you mean it's being fingerprinted?
Because they're trying to track you down. Thankfully, Facebook tracked you down.
Uh-huh.
So your business, your freaking livelihood, everything now.
Listen.
Because you chose to write so you tell Facebook that you're sorry for writing a swastika on a Tesla.
Listen, I said I'm sorry.
For what?
And I
For what?
apologize.
For what?
I have nothing against
For
your
what?
car, and I have nothing against you.
So why
Okay?
did you write a swastika on a Tesla?
Obviously, I have something against Elon Musk, but that's not the
So
way
Elon
to show
Musk
my...
owns that car because
No,
it was
he
bought
owns
and
the
paid
company.
for. It was bought and paid for a long time
That's
ago.
why it's misguided, and obviously I did not intend to do that.
No, get him straight to jail. He is a 55-year-old vandal who knew better. Jail.
Destruction of property is a perfectly viable source of protest. No harming humans, obviously.
Yeah.
Human life is sacred no matter whose it is. But property these are just things. These are just cars.
Would she drop her address for protest purposes?
Did you just key a Tesla the other day?
What?
You're on video. Yeah. This is the guy. You just keyed a Tesla. You got a video online. I just saw it. It's all over face. The media. Yes, you did. You keyed a Tesla in a parking lot somewhere around here. What do you got to say about that?
I didn't do that.
Well, you're on video. I said I plainly saw you doing it. You pulled up right next to it and then you keyed it. You want to bet?
Whatever.
Okay. Well, they got your license plate. I'm surprised you haven't been contacted by the police yet. I mean, what do you have to say? I mean, I saw you do it. I'm just curious. I mean, just because of Elon, you're wearing a USA T-shirt, driving a Korean car. Why would you key an American car?
Yeah, he got arrested. He'll have more to say in jail.
And, you also gave us a directive to prosecute the people who are going after Tesla to the fullest extent of the law, some of the greatest police work I've seen. We've made 4 arrests. There will be no negotiations at your directive. They're all looking at 20 years in prison, and within the next 24 hours, you're going to be seeing another huge arrest on a Tesla dealership, President, and that person will be looking at least 20 years in prison with no negotiations.
That's great.
Well, I guess they found out, huh? A heavy-set man in Texarkana, Texas was arrested on March 25th after allegedly starting a Tesla vandalism spree using a mini four-wheeler outside an all-you-can-eat buffet. DeMarkian M. Cox, 33, originally inaccurately named as DeMarkian Cox, is suspected of damaging Tesla cars at 3 locations. The first incident occurred at the Golden Place Buffet, where Cox was captured on video ramming a Tesla with an ATV at full speed. Cox has previous arrests for domestic violence. That is the news, guys. It was Rivian. Now you're going to jail for a crime you couldn't even commit appropriately. That is just sad.
Two senior citizens have been caught keying luxury cars in a shopping centre car park. Police say this is 70-year-old Raymond Edwards, captured by a Tesla's security camera running a key along cars north of Brisbane. A woman who was also in the car park joined in. The Tesla's owner has been quoted $2,000 to fix the damage.
Isn't that cute? Love and vandalism.
Do you disavow the attacks we've seen on Teslas around the country?
I don't think it's wrong to burn cars and to do that. I do think it's all right, and it's our First Amendment right to protest and let people know that we are against what Elon Musk and Doge is doing. That is our First Amendment right.
So the people here are shouting to sell their Tesla. Who do they sell their Tesla to? And once the Tesla's sold, what do they do with it?
Well, I mean, you could try to sell your Tesla, but the used car market for Teslas is going down. So if you sell it, I would sell it now before it gets worse, because it is.
But the person who buys it, what do they do with it?
I mean, when you buy a Tesla, basically what you're saying is, I would never buy a Tesla from them because you're supporting Elon Musk and what he's doing. You need to stand up for yourself and tell them that we're not going to support you when you don't support us as regular taxpayers who are paying for Social Security, who want Medicare.
No, but the people are shouting, sell your Tesla. So the person who buys it, what do they do with it?
I wouldn't buy a Tesla.
Okay, but the people who are shouting, sell your Tesla, who are they shouting? Who is it to be sold to?
I would just sell it. Get rid of it. There's a lot.
To who?
Just get rid of it. Just dump it.
But then the person who buys it, they can keep it.
I don't care what they do. I would never personally own a Tesla.
What if they're shouting, sell your Tesla to someone who just bought a Tesla off the third-party market like you guys are suggesting?
I mean, I just wouldn't drive one around because I think it symbolizes something that I wouldn't want to represent.
I know, but I'm asking about the chant.
About the what?
The chant, when they're saying sell your Tesla.
Because I think what we're saying is, if you drive that car around, whether you bought it from a third party, whether you bought it from there, you are saying that you support that industry, that person in particular. There's a lot of EV cars out there. Toyota has one, there's Rivian, there's...
I know, but the people are shouting to sell it.
Yes.
So, if no one should drive a Tesla and no one can buy one, no one would be able to sell it either. What exactly are you chanting for then?
Gideon? No, just in solidarity.
In solidarity, absolutely.
Can you let me know, are we protesting specifically Tesla or Elon Musk out here?
Kind of a little bit of both.
A little both?
Because if
why
you buy a
Tesla?
If you buy a Tesla, you're putting money in his pocket. If you put money in his pocket...
That's good. But he only owns 10% of the stock, right? Because look, we're in deep blue Atlanta. Some people that work in there probably voted for Kamala.
Tesla, man.
Okay, so you drive a Tesla, so you know, right?
Yeah.
And my other concern with the stock is that when it plunges, that hurts the state pension because a lot of our state is invested into Tesla. So I'm a little concerned with this because if we're trying to get Democrats on board, gain popularity back, it seems like we're doing it in the worst place possible.
No.
No? Okay.
Because right now, I can't afford to dump my Tesla, so I'm stuck with it.
Okay.
There is now car dealers that will not accept the Tesla and trade in because so many are getting dumped.
Okay.
So, here's what I see. The stock is crashing. Elon is going to dump his stock and walk away, and then we can rebuild Tesla.
Okay.
Did he say we rebuild Tesla? Who is we?
I'm out here today in front of the Tesla dealership in hopes of making Tesla such a toxic enough brand that it loses Elon Musk a ton of money. Honestly, that's the strategy, because money is the only thing that he cares about, and hopefully the good people who are working for Tesla, all the shareholders, everybody who has anything to lose with Tesla, figures out quickly he is toxic to their brand and dumps him as soon as possible. He is orchestrating one of the hugest frauds on our country right now. It's astonishing to me that people don't realize that every accusation that they make is a confession. So, as my sign says, Doge is the fraud, waste, and abuse that they keep trying to say they're looking for, which is absolutely ridiculous. Fraud is found by experts, not college-aged hackers who don't know what they're looking at.
Every accusation is a confession? Did your Democratic leaders tell you that one? Of course they did.
glances over at the car, and moments later they return and quickly start keying the passenger door with a phone in the other hand.
You can tell in the video too, like they're actively starting to record, and they're recording the whole thing. You can easily tell this is a targeted, like there's intent there, and they, kind of a mockery of it, right? With all the recording.
Seconds later, the vandal runs off. The owners, who asked to remain anonymous, notice the damage about a half hour later and say since then they have felt unsettled and somewhat fearful.
You just need a strong enough wind to take care of this one. Everyone just needs to take baths, honestly. Long exfoliating baths.
So what are we protesting out here today?
The current administration. Yeah.
So you're against Elon Musk?
Elon Musk, Donald Trump, prejudice.
So if you could have a Tesla Cybertruck brand new right now, would you take it?
No.
Why is that?
I don't support Elon or anything about him.
So what would you do with the Tesla truck if they dropped it off in front of your house?
I don't know.
You wouldn't drive it?
No.
Okay. So we're protesting Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and what else?
Prejudice, hatred.
Okay.
Discrimination.
Okay.
Anything against our freedoms.
So if you had a message to Elon Musk and Donald Trump, what would you say?
I'd tell them to f*** off.
Cool. I like that. What would you say to Donald Trump?
Same thing. I just f*** off.
Okay, cool. Off where? Like, not to be the president?
Yeah,
If you could have anybody be the president, who would you pick?
Bernie Sanders.
Okay, bet. Appreciate that. Like.
You know what? I think the sign is a little clever.
From the Foreign Affairs Committee reporting on USAID. Right here, you have $520 million to pay ESG to teach people in Africa about countering climate change, $65 million for vasectomies in the Congo, $20 million to create a Sesame Street program in Iraq. Would you guys be on board with like, okay, this is ridiculous, cancel those?
Yeah, but that's still chump change. They have to look at really what they do. We need to look at these programs with somebody that knows about them. We have to look at them, and plus we have to raise taxes on the wealthiest people.
$20 million to create a Sesame Street program in Iraq, 4.1 for another program in Bangladesh. Do you think we can do without those?
Yeah, probably. I also think some of that may be mischaracterized too.
Obviously, none of it's needed. It's a waste of our money. We could be building schools in Montana, where I'm from, for instance, or elsewhere with some of that money. And if we're going to spend money on giving vasectomies, we need to do that for all the progressives that are out.
Chump change? Okay, you pay it then.
I did some homework for this segment, and I want to start someplace that no one's talking about. What happens if there's someone in one of these cars they blow up? That can happen. That becomes murder, or worse, terrorism plus. And I know that on January 20th, the president signed into law, through an executive order, restoring the death penalty. Do you think this sort of thing, and I hate to think it, people leave their children and pets in cars. I mean, you don't know. This is deadly, dangerous stuff these liberal protesters are playing.
They've made it clear that they only care about the life that is on the left. Oh, and born too.
What's your message to Elon Musk with the flag out here?
You want to repeat history and get in the basket.
Okay. I know some people have been firebombing different Teslas. What do you think about those kind of protests against them?
I mean, the French do it.
Okay. I know people call him a Nazi. Do you think Musk's a Nazi?
He did the salute.
Yeah. But you think I know people have defended that. You think he's literally a Nazi? Yeah. So do you want to see people boycott Teslas moving forward? Absolutely. I know. Do Do you think it's a little bit ironic that climate activists are boycotting the most popular EV in America? All right. One more thing. I noticed. I'll blur out if is what I think is your phone number.
No.
Are you gonna get protest?
This is the hotline for legal aid.
Oh, okay.
Just in case I get arrested.
Were you planning on protesting to potentially be arrested?
Most of the protests I have been to, I haven't ever been, and it's usually permitted, and the cops are usually just here to protect us, and vice versa. But it's just on the off chance. Should everything go afuck, just there, just in case.
Can I see the number one more time? Yeah. And what is it again?
Isn't it weird how they all look the same? She burned a hole with her cigarettes. These jobless lunatics must be attracted to debt and charges.
Just kind of starts right here, actually, right kind of by the camera. And you can see the scratch going all the way across the door.
Jody says this scratch that stretches across the entire length of her car is a daily reminder of what she thought was a normal trip to the grocery store at the Woods Mill Plaza.
I got out there, did my shopping, and came back in, and I noticed the scratch right away.
Looking through the video from the car's front and side cameras, she found the exact moment a man targeted her car.
You see him walking all the way across, right? So he's walked across many cars he could have keyed, but he walked across the parking lot to find my car and key my car.
From the side camera, you can see him drag the key along her car.
It's all the way across, right from the front, across both the doors and all the way to the trunk, right? So it's definitely down to the metal, you can see that. So I don't know what kind of repair they're gonna have to do to pretty much the whole side of the body.
Over the last 5 years of owning her Tesla, she's had accidental dings and dents from other drivers, but says this is different.
He intentionally picked out my car and scratched it and then just walked away. No thought about who this is. I have things going on in my life that he doesn't know about, right? But now this is another thing now that I have to deal with.
Town and Country Police say they don't know the motive behind this, but Jody believes it's part of a national issue. She says it's frustrating to see people targeting Tesla owners.
I just feel sad that there's people out there that are okay doing this to other people. Like I was saying, I've had things happen in my life, and currently I'm out of a job looking for.
It seems to me like she is Indian. What a way to show their love for immigrants.
Yeah, you're Elon Musk, huh? Freaking Rocket Man? How about F you? F you like you're screwing us.
Yes, it is exactly what you saw. A crazy person doing crazy things.
Our submitter told us she flashed her high beams to tell the Honda driver to slow down before he quickly swerved in front of her, then slammed on his brakes and blocked her from continuing. As she came to a sudden stop, she was almost rear-ended by the car behind her. The petulant child then got out of his car and proceeded to kick the Tesla's front lid. But that first kick seems to have hurt him more than it hurt the car. Our submitter made several attempts to back away from the guy, and even though the driver behind her tried to give her room, she couldn't get very far. Once he sped off, she called 911 and reported the incident. She's now waiting for a service appointment to have the damage to her Tesla inspected. Who stops in the middle of the highway at night before attacking a lone woman?
I know who. It's woke liberals.
I feel very, very sorry.
so no one works anymore these days.
Lock them up, try them for treason. That's what it is, and deport them. I mean, look what happened in the French Revolution, or look at that one King of England, and he decided he'd be the imperial thing, and what they do, they beheaded him.
Do you support something like that for, let's say, Elon Musk?
Yeah, why not? Capital punishment. Why not? Yeah, and I'm more middle of the road anyway. I mean, as far as the parties go, I consider myself an independent. Just a free will thinker in either one.
You don't really have like extreme political views then?
No, but I'm like I was saying to you.
Treason? I see we are just throwing terms around now.
Can you tell us about your son?
Well, actually, someone just gave it to me. I just wore my button from 1973 when I was protesting this kind of crap. I've been doing that ever since. And if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem.
Brought you out here today?
Well, basically, I've always been an activist, and...
Oh, you do full time?
No, I'm an artist. I'm here because...
What kind of art?
Watercolors, masks, handmade paper, that kind of thing. I'm a retired graphic designer. But yeah, I mean, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. And I think it's really important. This is the closest we've been to losing our democracy ever, possibly.
Do you feel like Elon was a little bit of a revolutionary leader in the electric vehicle industry? No, not at all.
Oh, it's just a dumb.
Is that not
a lot of people's companies, and took a lot of people's ideas. He is in no way a genius.
Is climate change?
Well, the rich kid who's been surrounded by people that have told him yes, and his doesn't stink for his entire life.
Is climate change an effort you care about?
I do care about climate change.
But you wouldn't give Elon credit for...
He took over, he got somebody else's idea. No.
Imagine being unemployed since 1973. That is definitely something. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, even if you have no idea what the problem or solution is.
This is a peaceful movement to educate people and to cause Elon Musk a little bit of economic pain.
I have to resist with every fiber of my being, not keying a Tesla when I see one.
I would like to scare Elon Musk so that he gets out of our government, out of our confidential data. And
if he can lose a little bit of money, maybe he can understand how the rest of us feel.
What are you guys doing outside?
Made it clear, if you take part in the wave of domestic terrorism against Tesla properties, we will find you, arrest you, and put you behind bars. Today, I'm proud to announce that the Department of Justice has unsealed federal charges against another Tesla attacker. We've charged Cooper Frederick in the firebombing of a Tesla dealership that occurred on March 7th in Loveland, Colorado. All of these cases are a serious threat to public safety. Therefore, there will be no negotiating. We are seeking 20 years in prison. The crime was committed in Colorado, and thanks to the great investigative work by the FBI, the defendant was arrested in Plano, Texas. Let this be a warning. You can run, but you cannot hide. Justice is coming.
It's 20 years, right? Let's hope Obama pays for their attorneys.
They've gone too far with the woke ideology.
I think the woke ideology just says I care about people. No.
Well, men and women sports says I care about people?
Yeah, I think it's all about accepting people's differences. And there's the word woke was being...
But you say the word differences. Don't you think men and women have differences?
Of course they do, but we all have the same needs. We need to be heard. We need to be understood. We need social services.
What about the women who say, I want to be understood and I don't want to compete against a man or have to share a locker room with a man? What would you say to them?
Oh, you mean like that 1/100th of 1% of people?
But it does happen.
I think that they'll sort that out.
Does their opinion not matter, the small amount, the minority?
I think that sports people understand what they're doing and they'll sort out what it needs to happen.
Are you a sports person?
No.
But you have an opinion on it?
Not really. I mean, I don't, I'd say like...
So you'd be fine separating the genders then, biologically, by not allowing men in the women's sports or the locker rooms?
I think that they need to sort it out.
Do you think biological men have an advantage to women over sports?
I've met a lot of biological men that even I could take down. So, not.
And how tall are you?
I think I'm under 5 foot.
What are these men you could take down?
Well, there's not a lot, but I probably could take some down. But I'm pretty strong, so I work out.
You want to arm wrestle?
No, I probably couldn't win with you.
Okay, well.
Definitely not arm wrestle you, unless you gave me a huge advantage. But, I'm a little old lady and you're a young man, so that's not exactly a fair fight. But get me a little old man. Now we're on. Get me a 70-year-old man who, whatever, hasn't worked out. Maybe.
Well, this guy actually right here, our cameraman is 68.
Uh-oh. Yeah, but he looks like he works out. Look at those abs. Look at those guns. Come on.
Well, nothing says caring than burning down car dealerships and keying the cars of random civilians.
Guys, somebody keyed the crap out of my Tesla, a car I bought 6 years ago in the state of California, because I'm concerned about climate change. Oh, but some amazing resistance fighter keyed the crap out of it, and that's gonna do it. Voting didn't work, but this defiling the car of a fellow liberal, we did it, guys. We got him. Today's our Liberation Day. Go celebrate. Just go celebrate. Woo!
Is this what they mean when they say not to throw stones if you live in a glass house?
Who am I a traitor to?
You're a traitor to everybody, and you know it. We've seen your videos.
Thank you for following and subscribing. If you want to see all my videos, you can subscribe at Liberty Hangout.
No one should follow you because you're an absolute traitor.
Why? A traitor to who?
Caitlin Bennett is a traitor.
Caitlin Bennett's a
traitor.
Caitlin Bennett's a traitor. Who am I a traitor to?
Caitlin Bennett's a traitor.
Who am I a traitor to though? Like there has to be a group in which I'm being the traitor against. You won't even tell me. I like everybody that you have to have a specific group.
Can I talk to you, please? Hello, can I talk to you? I need some help. What's good?
I can talk to you.
You want to speak? You want to speak to somebody?
So I'm not dealing with this again. I will go get the officers because this is battery and assault. Yes, it is. I will go get an officer.
Why is it?
Because you're damaging our ears over a certain decibel, and I will get an officer this time. I'm not gonna put up with that, so you better stop. Thank you for listening to me. I appreciate it.
They just love to sing and chant. It's basically an addiction.
People don't believe that people get out here and they charter buses to do their protesting. They pay protesters. We got 2 full on. No, there's no Trump on there. They're just paid protesters. Crazy.
That is just crazy.
Craziest thing ever, guys. Some guy just paid me $200 to watch his Tesla. So I'm gonna sit here and keep guard, I guess. I gotta keep point. $200 to watch the Tesla so nobody fucked with it here at Costco. I'm at Costco, guys. See that? $200.
I thought Elon was taking money away? And that's a wrap, amigos. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons. See you in the next one.